Hey there, welcome to Herman Haven. I'm Ashley.
And I'm Jackie. We're so excited to invite you into our safe space. Hermit Haven is like a cozy little hideout where we can celebrate being confident in ourselves as we find happiness in quiet moments.
So grab your favorite blanket and your favorite drink, and let's dive into today's episode.
Hi, I'm Jackie. Welcome back to Hermit Haven.
Hi, I'm Ashley. We're excited to have you. This week we're going to chat about our favorites.
Yay. If
So
you hear
this,
the melodies in the background, I'm sitting on the patio and it's all for the mood. It's all for the favorites.
can you believe though that this is our 20th episode?
No, so crazy. Amazing.
So every 5 episodes we try to do like a funner episode. So that's why we're going to do a little of our favorites and just talk about things that are like making us super happy.
Speaking of wind chimes, though, they are one of my favorite things. I have one on my patio and I want more of them. Like I told Glenn, I want a ton of wind chimes because it just like sitting outside, it's so like relaxing, reading a book, listening to the wind chimes.
It's so pretty. I agree.
They are a favorite. Okay, so we just wanted to kind of go over some of our like favorite, we'll do like favorite products that we're using or favorite things, but then we can also talk about some favorite habits that are really working for us right now, things like that. So it'll be like useful, but also just some fun. Yeah.
Fun little chit chat.
Yeah. Okay. Let me
Yeah,
start.
sure.
Okay. I'm going to start off with favorite books because I just finished one. I'm a reader. So, and I'll read like anything. I mean, I was rereading the Harry Potter series at the same time that I was reading our book club book, which is about habits, at the same time that I was reading other fiction books. So I can just juggle books. And so I read two books this year that I really, really liked. One of them was The Women by, oh my gosh, what the heck's her name? It just left my brain. The other one, I'll come back to that in a second. It's like such an easy name. I don't know. I just my brain sometimes just dies. I have it at my house and I'm not at my house. So that's why I don't have the book in front of me. But oh, Kristen Hanna. And so I also read The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna, which is also fabulous. But and I don't know which one I liked better. They're both both of them are fiction, but based on uh war, like based the Nightingale is based on World War II, and like the Nazis and all of that. So if you're into that, it was a great book. It was very sad, but it was a great book, like action packed. I liked The Women. It was based on nurses that were in not World War II, that were in Vietnam, the Vietnam War, from America going into the Vietnam War. And I like a book that like right from the beginning, it's like you're hooked. Like you're just like, some books take like time to build, which The Nightingale did that. And that's fine. Like it was a great book, but I love books where you're just like in it and you're just like, you just want to keep reading from the start. And The Women was that. And it's about, like I said, nurses that went over to Vietnam. And it was just good from the beginning. It was just went. There's some like love interest in it, but it talks a lot about like what happened for them over there and their perspective with one person's perspective. And it was just so interesting. And then coming back, how they treated Vietnam veterans, like they didn't even recognize that women went over to Vietnam. Like they were like, no, you weren't there. You're a woman. She's like, I literally was there. And it just was really interesting to see the perspective of how these women felt, both going over there and dealing with all of that and then coming back and how they were treated. And then like the healing they had to go through. Anyway, it was a really good book. I love it. Highly recommend. And I just finished this one yesterday. I got it from the library like a week ago. And it's just a romance book. It's just an easy, cute, it's called Funny Story by Emily Henry. I saw it at Target the other day at like the front of the checkout too, but this is from the library. But it's just like an easy, fun romance that it kept my interest like the whole time, which I feel like some books you're like, okay, like probably didn't need all of that information, but I just thought the whole way through, and it's a pretty big book, but it just seemed to fly by. So
Yeah.
favorites.
Some good books you've been reading, it looks like. You're excited about them.
Love books.
I've just been like reading for our book club, and then I've been waiting. I'm so so annoyed at myself. So I listened to like books for the library also, and the Harry Potter book I was in the middle of, I didn't like dedicate enough time, and it like I had to like let it go because my time was up, and it's now been on hold for like 4 to 5 weeks, and I just want to finish this book so I can continue.
One, which one in the series was it?
It's the one where we meet Sirius Black. The
Okay, that's my favorite one.
Yeah, and I'm just like,
Azkaban,
ugh.
Prisoner of
And
Azkaban.
I'm like, I'm probably just gonna restart it when I get it again, just because like that's how my brain is. But yeah, and then I just downloaded a book because we finished book club, so I just downloaded a random book to read. That's kind of okay. So like my favorite thing to do, and this sounds so silly, but like I have like a bunch of books that are like tagged either like audiobook or book, and then I just like randomly go in and just like pick a random book. So I would say this one wasn't random, but it was random. I tried picking one that had to do with like babies or like pregnancy. So I just picked like
Yeah.
a random pregnancy book. Um, my goal is to like try to read like a few like 5 to 8 pages in the morning and 5 to 8 pages at night. So, but I have not been really reading, even though I enjoy it. I feel like I've been reading little kid books more. I think I read I think I read the Hungry Caterpillar more than anything the last 2 weeks.
I mean, when you work with kids, though, that's just gonna happen.
I told Matt, I was like, I think the baby's favorite book is gonna be The Hungry Caterpillar for how many times because he reads it also for bedtime for baby sometimes, and then I like read it at work all the time.
So Pierce has one of those Yodo players. If you're a mom and you don't know what they are, they're really cool. I'd say they're for probably Pierce's age range, like 4 and up. They're kind of more for older kids, so it's like a non-screen time activity. It's this big, it's in there, you grab it, but it's like a little box, and you have cards, and so
Uh-huh.
each card is either a story or multiple stories or music. They have music cards like Kids Bop and stuff like that, and you just stick it in there, and you can listen to it out of the speaker, or you can plug headphones in. And so Pierce has the Hungry Caterpillar.
Oh,
Out of all his toys, I really like it. There's also like a little podcast station on there,
that's
Yoto, Yoto, Yoto player. But it's really cute. So if you're a mom and you're like looking for a toy and even Gavin likes it. There's books for older kids so they can
yeah.
listen to audiobooks on it, which is really cool. So
It's like that versus the Tony is usually like the
yeah.
hot debate.
And I think Tony's more like, I mean, Pierce
They
would
have
still,
older kids books too.
yeah, but it's like a big box. So the
Yeah.
Yoto player he has the mini, and so it's like this big.
Do you know what
And
the
so
Yoda
very
player
cool.
reminds me of? Do you remember back in the day, like you would get them from like Burger King or whatever, those little like it was like a little player and it had like one song on it and you would stick it in. Do you
Yeah,
remember? That's what
yeah,
it like, reminds me of so much.
yeah, yeah. That's like a lot like what it is. And you just buy little cards and you stick them in, and it's just fun. It's easy for him to do. There's no screen on it, just to have like non-screen time fun, or you can just play it while you're just like playing on the floor or whatever. I love it. I think it's cool.
It's like awesome for kids to listen to books.
Yeah. Well, since we're talking about kids' toys, you have a lot of kids, like you played with a lot of kids for your job. Do you have like toys that you like highly recommend
I
for?
I would say like I love so I have like a huge toy bag. I feel like I'm like Mary Poppins with like my big toy bag that I bring like whenever I go babysit, but I love toys that you can use your imagination with. Like I think those and I think so many times we think that like it has to be separated, like the cars have to be separated from the blocks and I just have it all together, like cars, blocks, skateboards, mini skateboards. Those are my favorite. There's these also like little connector pieces that I get from Target. Like, I just love those types of toys. And then for this baby, I have talking about toys and stuff and babies. I'm obsessed right now with our baby list, but let me tell you, it's a little absurd. It has 700 things on there. I was like,
You
I
know,
went
toys?
ham on putting like my favorite like baby toys on there. Like there's just so many and books. I'm obsessed with children books, so I really believe that most children like at the youngest age should have the opportunity to like read books and like really get into books. So I have a huge amount of board books on there. And they're all like my favorites, obviously. So like, and I put some like ones that I feel like are a little bit older. So like I would say the baby list is for the first year of life.
Yeah.
But like there's Clifford on there, there's Biscuit, there's um Sandra, what's her name? Has like the little bedtime books. I don't know, there's so many good books. We already started getting some like Boom Boom Chicka Boom.
Yeah.
That one's a good one. We have I can't speak. The little teddy bear.
Cute.
So
Love
I'm obsessed with like that kind of stuff. And then out of my 700 things, my mother-in-law was like, you should just make like a most wanted list since nobody's gonna want to go through 700 things. And I was like, okay. So I have a lot of like the things that are on my most wanted right now are like like what are they? Wow, my brain just went. They're like little sleeper onesies. Like they're like little nightgown looking little onesies.
it.
And Matt's like, are you sure this is for a boy? I was like, yes, trust me. I was like, you do not want to like have to like take off a full onesie or zipper a full onesie in the middle of the night.
I have
So
friends that like love those. Yeah.
I
We
love,
liked the zipper ones. I mean I liked zipper ones, but like I don't know. It is so much easier to just like pull it up and like change
yeah.
them and pull back down and put them in the swaddle.
What's really cool too is most of them are like from 0 to 6 months.
Yeah. Yeah, there were the ones that we had a couple and they were like pretty big. Like you could have worn them for a while. For
Yeah.
Gavin, we had. Yeah.
So just
Yeah.
like random things on my baby list. But toy wise, I have so many random toys. But like let's be honest, like it's gonna be a minute to the toy plane. But we have the cutest playmat from Love Every. I think that's what
Yeah, I've heard
the
of that.
brand's called. His great aunt, and like his aunt and uncle bought it for Matt and us, and we're so excited for it. So,
That's fun. I love
yeah.
baby stuff. There's so much you could buy. I mean, the baby market is
The
huge.
the problem is I've babysat for so long that like I know what my favorites are. I'm like, I need these
Yeah.
pacifiers. I need these bottles. Like,
Yeah. The boys both, they didn't take a pacifier for very long, but they took the same one. It was the one that they gave in the hospital. I
yeah,
don't know
that's
if
the
I
one I
bought,
want. We have like a variety of them going on right now, but I want the Philips like one.
I don't even know if, I don't even know if I bought any. I think they just gave it to us and then that's what we used. So,
I mean,
yeah.
pacifiers are great until a certain age, so
Yeah. Yeah. They took them for like a few weeks or maybe a couple months, but then they didn't care.
so
All right, well, let's move on from baby stuff, but I love baby stuff.
I
We're
mean,
gonna have a lot of baby stuff soon.
I do too, obviously with my 700 item list.
Now, that's kind of your world right now is looking at all the baby things and
Like, and then the worst is like Facebook ads get to me and they're like showing me baby stuff and I'm like, I need that. I need that. I need that.
add it to the list. 701. Just kidding.
I think there is 701 technically now because there was a onesie on Facebook ads that got to me the other day.
Facebook. I actually don't go on Facebook. Speaking of favorites, Facebook is not a favorite of mine. Maybe just because of everything that happened, like the other summer. It's just like creepier. Like I just feel like Facebook is creepier than the other platforms. So Facebook is my non-favorite right now. And I used to not, so like when Instagram and TikTok and all the things came out, I was like, I can't do reels. Like I just don't like it. I like sitting and reading posts. Like I don't like watching videos.
Hmm.
And now I think TikTok is my fave. Like, but I've curated my favorites. So like I can go on my For You page for like I'll go on for like a couple videos or like a few videos, but usually it's just like me going like this and then going back to like my following because
Yeah.
all like people baking sourdough and like moms, people gardening, like it's all the things like my cozy vibe is my
Hmm.
follow page. So I just kind of stay in my bubble.
I mean, I
'Cause,
think TikTok has the best algorithm
yeah,
around compared to like the other ones.
yeah. Well, I know
Uh,
some people love reels. Like they're like, no, Instagram reels. Like it's where it's at. I just get like the most random random things. The other day, I was like, what's going on in the algorithm? Like, what did I look at? Because it was like things I don't ever look at. And I was like, this is strange. Like,
It was me. It was me sending you a bunch of random stuff, probably.
no, I doubt it.
I literally sent Jackie like I probably a good 10 to 15 videos in like a day sometimes. I'm
And they
like,
kept
oh,
there
Jack.
for a while. And then one day I just decided, oh, let me go through all Ashley's videos.
I'm
Because
like,
she
oh,
usually, a lot of the time, she'll send me stuff though that she thinks are good for like ideas for me for my own, or things to bake or whatever. Like she'll send me like actual useful things. Meanwhile, I'm sending my sister like hilarious videos
it's
if I
so
send her stuff.
funny.
Yeah.
Matt, like I think Matt's like one of Matt like part of Matt's love language is sending videos. Like he doesn't even say hi. He just like sends videos and it's like he like sends videos to like everyone. Like he's like, oh, this one made like I'm like how like I the only people I can think about is like you and Matt when I'm sending
Yeah.
videos. And
It
like
kind of
maybe
depends
randomly someone else.
depends on the video of who I'm gonna send it to.
Yes.
Yeah. That's funny. Yeah, so TikTok is kind of my fave. Well, actually, I feel like YouTube is my fave at the moment.
Ugh,
It's YouTube. I've been very into vlogs again because I've been really trying to stay off social media actually more. Like still on it. I'm not like deleting it, whatever, because
yeah.
I was gonna delete it and Ashley's like, you need to have willpower. Now that we've read The Habits, every time that I'm like trying to make like not that I should make it easier, but I'm like, no, I need to build my willpower because you can build that muscle and you
Mhm.
can stop. And so anyway, um yeah, so I've been trying to I just listen to vlogs. Like I don't usually even watch them. I just put like my one earbud in as I'm like cleaning the house and just listening to these few girls that I found that are just like cozy, like they're oh, someone's calling them. Did you hear that?
I heard the little beep.
Oh, sorry. Don't mind me. That's Gavin getting a call, but we share our Apple ID. It wasn't for me, it was for Gavin. But it's fine. What was I saying?
Having willpower to watch.
Yes. So vlogs, they have been my fave. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that was really counts as a favorite thing, but I like it because I feel like I'm getting more done. I'm not sitting there because TikTok, they're so short. And so you got to sit there and scroll the next one. But the vlogs are anywhere from like 15, 20 minutes to like an hour. And if you really like the person and you're listening to them, then I'm just listening and like doing my laundry. I'm listening while I'm cleaning. And I swear I get so much more done at my house because I'm not sitting there looking at my screen. I'm just almost like you're listening to a podcast or music, but it's someone just chatting about their day and talking about their cleaning or whatever they're doing on their
I
vlog.
mean, I get it because I feel like I always watch so I used to be more into watching vlogs. I feel like I just haven't been, but like sometimes like when I'm like, okay, I don't know what to watch anymore. Like I've already watched the same Disney movie 10 times or whatever it is. Like I end up watching the same vlogger, Michelle Reed.
Mm-hmm.
She's so cozy.
Cozy.
She's so inspiring too. Like I do want to vlog again, and I say this all the time, and it's like in my plan of like Notion, which I'm obsessed with Notion. Obsessed, but I just love like watching the coziness. I also love like you don't really see her child, like her angles, like just everything about it. I'm just like, this is so good.
Yeah, she's
I
really
think
awesome.
too, I've like outgrown my like wanting to watch Disney vlogs because like I'm not going to Disney anytime soon. Like,
Yeah.
I don't see myself going to Disney until like, well, we have like a potential trip planned for 2028, I think is 2027, 2028. I don't know. Our friends invited us on a potential trip. So,
Mm-hmm.
but I think like we even said like the next time we probably go to Disney, it's not going to be Disney World, it'll be Disneyland because like it's so crazy. Okay, so living in Colorado, all the commercials for Disney are Disneyland now
Yeah.
and they're not Disney World, which I'm so used to. Like when I lived in Virginia, it was Disney World. When I lived in like Florida, it was Disney World commercials, and now
Uh,
it's like Disneyland commercials. But I mean, I'm pretty sure like we'll take the grandparents with us for the first trip, which is super cute. But I really like Disney history though vlogs still. Like I'm obsessed with like Defunctland or I don't know. I always call it Defunky Land, but it's like Defunctland. So that's like was always me and Matt's like nap vlog. We would fall asleep to Defunk Land and wake up and be like, "Da-da-da-da-da-da." But
I love
I
that.
feel like now that we're not doing book club, like we're just on a little hiatus, I'll probably get back into like listening to more podcasts and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. I found this girl, speaking of vlogs, there's a bunch of girls that I really like. I really like find her. I guess I should have found her before I started talking. I love Michelle Reed. We already mentioned her. Like she's one of my favorites too. Um, what's her name? I think it's her last name's like Wilson, or she always pops up first, I swear, whenever I'm on here and she's like not popping up. Well, I'll find her, but I also like Sydney Adams, or now Sydney Adams King, I guess. I started following her on TikTok like 2 or 3 years ago. And then she started vlogging because she's huge on TikTok and she started vlogging and she's just very like energetic, sunshiny,
Mhm.
happy, always just she talks about some like health stuff. She is a personal trainer. She talks about some health stuff, but she's just like so like I don't know, I just love her vibe, like her whatever. I'll find the other girl and I'll say it when I find it, but I listen to those people the most
We can
because
always
I
add
just
it into the show notes also. If
yeah, I think her last name's Wilson or something with a W. Anyway, but I really like them. We've talked about our favorite podcasts before,
yeah.
on a different one. I feel like I feel like my favorite like changes all the time, just depending on what mood I'm in. But I really like the Transform podcast. Um, there are two girls that own the company, Form, and it's everything's like health and wellness based, but they talk about like mental health a lot and just like fun things. Like they kind of just talk about a lot of stuff.
That's your
But
favorite. But like that's your favorite.
I think that's like my favorite. Like I think it's their voices.
No, but like that genre is your favorite, I would say.
Yes, it is for sure. Like wellness is my jam. Like I could listen, I'm like so nerdy. I could listen to all sorts of just wellness. I was listening to a podcast yesterday about it was a neurologist talking about GLP-1 medications and like the what it does, like positive things. Just is all positive about what it does to the brain. It and like how it changes like your dopamine. So it's so nerdy. I just love wellness
Yeah.
podcasts, wellness vlogs, like I just, it's all about making yourself better.
I
So I
think the thing too about YouTube is like so something I would do when I'm like watching it is like I'll just put in different topics that I'm like really interested. So like it'll be like Notion, it'll be like self-development, scheduling,
yeah,
like just random things like that. So I get it because like that's what's so great about YouTube is like it's in-depth topics like that.
yeah. I'm like determined to find her. I will eventually and tell you the name. Um, but yeah, that's something that I've been really like has been almost like a hack for me lately is listening to vlogs in just one ear pod. I mean, you can do two, but like I just do one ear pod and I just wander around the house and I've gotten so much more done. I've been cleaning more, just like keeping my space more organized. I've been like I'll listen while I'm meal planning. Like I just feel like it helps me just be more productive. I know people put on like movies and things for the same reason, but sometimes that distracts me. But I'm not looking at my screen at all. I'm just listening to what they say
Yeah.
while I'm doing the things. My productivity hack, okay? My favorite. But yeah, I love that. I don't know. I'll find her eventually. I'll put it in the show notes. But she's amazing. It's like a British girl, but she's just like all of her vlogs are very like low lighting, cozy. She's like cooking healthy meals, and I'm just like, it's just like almost like a meditation. Like listening to her is like a meditation.
I love it.
Yeah, that's why I like her. Let's talk about favorite drinks. That's fun.
I feel like I'm just into mocktails. Like Matt just makes me mocktails all the time, and I'm like
That's all I
obsessed.
drink.
Like obsessed. Like
Yeah,
juice, whatever he puts in it. I don't even know. I'm like
yeah,
every time it's like something different. Then he'll have like a sleepy mocktail too for me, which is like with cherry juice. I'm also obsessed with this like I think it's like I don't know how to say it, but it's like MIO brand. They make
yeah.
like a berry like electric light. Yeah, they make like a berry electric light, like wild berry. I love that. Ghost Hydration Cherry Limeade is so good too. But And I love Sprite. Like this whole pregnancy, all I want is Sprite. And I failed my glucose test. So now we're drinking Diet Cokes and Diet sodas, and they're terrible. I just want Sprite. They don't taste the same. I love coffee, but I'm not supposed to be drinking that much coffee. But it hasn't really affected my blood pressure, but I'm only allowed 1 cup a day. So like literally I can't even like have more caffeine than the 1 cup. So I feel like being pregnant, just like everything changed.
I know. I also had gestational diabetes, so I feel the pain.
Well, besides that, like, well, we're like almost done with the pregnancy, so that just
Right.
happened. Like
Right.
having high blood pressure and like having heart problems, like they're just like, yeah, this is it, you know?
Made it an interesting ride, this pregnancy. You and your doctor's visits and
I've had more doctor, like I feel like there's more about me than the baby. Like baby's perfectly fine, thank goodness. Baby's passed like every single test that it has to pass. It's just me. Just me.
yeah.
But they're very like happy with my heart. So,
But it's good that they're taking like, I mean, such
yeah.
care of you because it's true. Like I feel like sometimes it is all about. I mean, it isn't. I guess to us, it just feels like it's all about the baby. Like they do things like the glucose test to monitor for us, to make sure that we're okay. But yeah, you just had a lot of appointments.
I have like still a lot of appointments. Like I feel like, well, because I have right now we're in this stage of like testing twice a week. So, and then eventually it'll be like weekly visits too. So like it'll be test, weekly visit, test, week. It's fine. It's fine.
I know, but you're almost there.
Almost.
Like a month left.
But right now my favorite like pregnancy things is just cozy outfits because nothing's fitting me. And cozy pajamas. My pajamas aren't even fitting me anymore, pretty much.
I have been buying a lot of the opposite. I've been buying a lot of like tight tops because now I feel confident in them.
Yay!
I haven't in a really long time, like years. So I've been buying a lot of shirts like this where it's like that tight because everything was kind of just like loose, just because you're not confident in your body, like
Yeah.
something loose and like whatever. And now I'm like, ooh, I'm buying all the like tight tops.
I realized I
Sorry, go ahead.
realized that like all my tops were already loose from because of pregnancy. Like I was like, oh, this still fits me like 9 months in.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
is your favorite drinks though? Me, my random
No,
pregnancy.
I love it. I never have been like a drink person. I don't really drink a lot of alcohol. I just feel like it makes me so tired. I don't feel good. I don't feel great when I'm drinking it, so I tend to drink mocktails. I like once in a while I'll have like a small glass of wine I love wine. I love different types of beers, like IPAs. Like I love all sorts of really fun drinks. I think they taste delicious, but I just don't like being tired. So I just don't drink them a lot. But so I'm usually just like a water. I have a coffee in the morning. I use stevia in my coffee. I know some people think it tastes different. I don't taste the difference at all, but I love a sweet coffee and I probably would make like a 500-calorie coffee in the morning if it wasn't for stevia. So I use stevia in the morning in my coffee and then the splash of creamer and then it's still sweet without all the crazy
Extras.
calories, sugars, all the things. And stevia supposedly is natural. So I love stevia. That's been like one of my hacks for like weight, for like watching what I'm eating, trying to lose weight, all that stuff. But Ashley turned me on to electrolyte drinks. I feel like it was you because I didn't really know. I don't talk to a lot of people about like electrolyte drinks, but I know you and Matt love them. So I haven't tried Ghost yet. Maybe I eventually will. I'm weird about flavors, but I got the white peach because Ashley recommended it, the Liquid IV white peach, and it's sugar
Mhm.
free. It's delicious. I love peach. Like this is my favorite energy
Blue.
drink. Like I don't drink a lot of energy drinks. I only drink like half of one of these and then I'll save it for like the next day. But the peach mango, specifically the bloom stuff, like I just think it's the best one. Like it's so delicious. But what I've been doing midway through the day when I feel like snacking, I think I said this on another podcast. I feel like this is deja vu, but it's fine. I'm gonna say it again, even if I did. I will make myself a fun drink, and it's been like an electrolyte drink. And so I'll just either do the white peach, or I really like the cotton candy liquid IV ones.
The, I don't think I've tried that one. I've tried the firecracker. We try to do sugar free though.
Yeah, I know.
So,
And I'll only do half a packet. It doesn't matter because I only do like a mason jar
mm,
full. It's just like it's my fun drink. So halfway through the day when I'm like I really want a snack, I make myself my fun drink. And it's the only time that I drink my electrolytes is halfway through the day. And it's my fun drink. And so I'll just do half of the liquid IV in like
yeah,
a I don't know how much the mason jars hold, like 12
8
ounces or
ounces, 12
something,
ounces probably.
somewhere in there. And then I do half of the liquid IV. So even if I'm doing the one with the sugar in it, it's whatever, it's fine. And no, that's been my favorite lately. I really like those two flavors in my little fun drink halfway through the day. And it makes me feel like
You're on
I'm,
top of the world.
I'm having something special, but it's like electrolytes and
It's
water.
good for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So something I also do that I think you would like for I do it for work mostly, but I will make protein coffee for work. So I just do like this much milk and a scoop of like vanilla protein and then just pour my coffee in there. And it's
I haven't been wanting like an iced coffee though in the morning.
so
That's
good.
the only issue. But I would like, so do you use, what kind of protein do you use? Like which flavor?
We use like the one from Costco and it's like vanilla, like
Vanilla.
ice cream flavored, literally.
Okay.
And it just
Try
tastes
that.
so good. And I just drink like literally there's no sugar at it, no like
Yeah.
anything else. It's
Yeah.
literally just milk, protein powder, mix that up, and then I just pour coffee in
I think I
top of
try
it.
that this week.
And it's like so, and it's really filling too. So like I feel like, especially being at work where like I don't know when my next break is gonna be, or
Yeah.
I'm pregnant and I just need like more fuel in me, even though I feel
Yeah.
like coffee doesn't do the same when you're pregnant.
I know.
But I love a vanilla, like just protein coffee.
Vanilla. So I do use protein powder every day because I try to get close to 100 grams of protein in
Mhm.
my day. And so I either do a shake, which I use the Orgain protein powder. You can get it at Target, you can get it at Costco.
Yeah.
I use the plant-based one because the other one I can't have lactose anyway, but I don't know, it's always just like settled well with me even before I realized I couldn't have lactose. So I do the plant-based one, but I will use both the vanilla and the chocolate. I usually do if I do a shake, I do a chocolate shake. If I have yogurt, I'll do Greek yogurt, like lactose-free Greek
Mhm.
yogurt, and I'll just use a scoop of vanilla, mix it up, and then it's a vanilla yogurt with berries. Sometimes I'll use like the mini chocolate chips from I think it's Enjoy Life. They're non-dairy.
Yeah, those are
It's
good.
like a treat. It's like a sweet treat, but it's got protein in it. But I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try the coffee. I'm
It's
interested.
so good. Like, it's just for work. Like, I feel like I never make it when I'm at home, but like for work, I'm like obsessed with it because, and I'm like, I need my protein coffee for work. And I just put like a
Yeah,
lot of ice in it, so like it'll last a couple hours.
yeah, I love that. I'm gonna
But
try that. I'm gonna try that next week or this week.
whatever,
Whatever.
some point soon.
Whatever. Something that I've been really loving that I get notifications on my watch. So I stopped a lot of notifications to my Apple Watch. Like I don't get text messages to my Apple Watch anymore. It was so distracting that I just had to stop doing it. Like if I could turn off people calling me to my watch, I would. But I don't think there is a way to because I tried. But there's an app that I downloaded, and I talked about this in another episode, but it's called I Am. Just called I Am. And so all it is affirmations. And I don't remember when I set it up if there was like certain things I probably picked that I wanted it to talk about or whatever. But it just, and I picked the background, you can't really see it, but I picked the background of it. Make it worse. See, it's like
I
really
can kind of see it.
cozy. I picked the background, so you can pick the background, and every time that it'll remind you, so it sends it to my watch, and it'll just I don't know how many it sends me. Honestly, I've never paid attention, but like throughout the day, it sends me affirmations, and I can heart them from my watch or add them to favorites, I guess, or I can add them to favorites on here, and then it will start to know like which ones are my favorites to give me more like that, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I just really like it. I have a as a widget on my phone, so it's on my home screen, and then it just sends them to me on the watch. And I don't know, I love it. It's been like really helpful for my mental health. I really want to get into meditation this year. I just haven't. I just haven't made
Yeah. It, I feel like I used to do meditation and it's like on my list of things to do, but I haven't. But I like have an app to do it with. I just need to do it.
I mostly want to do it because I feel like I have a hard time focusing. And I think it's because our world is so fast paced and everything's fast and TikToks are short, reels are short, and everything is like makes our attention span just like fire, right? Because everything's so short that we don't have to pay attention for very long. And I think like all of that has created our attention spans like to be smaller,
Yeah.
like made us smaller. And so I've heard that meditation can like it helps focus. And so it can help you maybe regain some of that. And that's why I personally want to start doing meditation to see if I can have
It
a
helps.
longer attention span.
It helps. I actually have my notifications turned off on my phone for like any app,
Yeah.
unless it's like important app. But like I feel like you should be in control of like when you go on the app, not the app controlling you,
Yeah.
telling you to go on it.
Yeah. I think I don't have any notifications from any app except for the I am app, like TikTok, Instagram, Messenger, Facebook, whatever. Like none of it comes through. None of it. Yeah.
So mine just reminded me I need to take my medicine. It
Well,
reminded
that's
me two
important.
hours ago.
I do
But
do alarms. Like I will have alarms for stuff or reminders for stuff. If I'm like, oh, I want to remind myself, I'll literally go in and be like, because it'll do the reminder app or whatever. Remind me tomorrow at 10 a.m., blah, 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 blah. And then it will remind me and then I can write it down. So I
I
do
use
that. Super
I
helpful.
use Notion for a lot of my like reminders and like my calendars, Notion. I love Notion. I've talked about it like 50 times, but it's like a database app. Like you can create your own database. You can like edit it the way you want, or you can find templates through Notion or other creators. You could buy one off Etsy, but like literally everything is just like in my Notion, like my content plan, my weekly check-in, my daily docket, my like specific tasks for each day.
Yeah.
Everything is like in one place. I don't have to think about it, but like you could set up where like we'll send you reminders and then you can do it for your Google Calendar too. So like if I plan my schedule for the day, I'll get like tons of notifications of like, hey, in an hour you're gonna do this.
I love notifications. I mean, okay, I just said I don't like them. I like them for things I have to get done, like things in my real world that need to get done. I like them for
Yes.
because I can't trust my brain to remember absolutely anything. Like my brain cannot be trusted. So yeah. And Notion is cool because it's like your calendar, your notes app, you could put I mean you can put anything in there. Like you could put everything that you need to remember or want to go back to, recipes, like you could put literally everything in your life in Notion. If you've never used it, I do recommend looking for a template because it's just a blank database that you have to build otherwise, which is fine. I did, but like kind of I'm still learning it. But Ashley's like an expert and I'm like novice, but it is cool. I do like that if I put something in my notes app, right, on the phone, which I still do use it sometimes, but I probably it's just a jumble of notes just
Yeah.
strewn in there like haphazardly. But in Notion, like I have a page like, okay, I want to remember I want to go back to this recipe or I want to oh this TikTok like I really liked this I want to go listen to it later or reference it or use it for inspiration whatever I don't know whatever you want to put in there or something I want to write down like you could journal in there I mean you could do everything in Notion. I do really like Notion.
Yeah, I like Notion a lot too. I still use GoodNotes a lot too. Like I love GoodNotes for like journaling and like just having a digital notebook, like scribbling and all that good stuff. I like make my vision board every month in there, which I'm obsessed. That's like my favorite is to make my vision board for the month. So we're
Yeah,
like, I feel like I told you, we've talked about this in our vision board episode, but like I like if I know there's like a something Pacific that month that I want to do or like a photo shoot I want to do, like I love going to Pinterest and like finding those photos and like gain that inspiration, just getting excited about it.
I just made a new I already showed Ashley the home screen and I just went to Pinterest and found like spring vibes that like fit my vibe and I went into Canva and they have already like templates you just change the pictures out for your pictures it's so easy it takes like no time and
Love
that's super
Canva. Love
yeah
Canva.
yeah
You do so much in there. There's so much too. Like I'll send Jackie all these videos. I'm like, did you know you could do this?
yeah Canva is such a fun app there's you could do so many things. things with it. My sister made her invitations for her daughter's party with it. She's like, it was so easy. I'm like, I know it
I feel
is.
like your phone is a tool if you use it as a tool, but it could be a distraction too. And so like something like I've been trying to really get back into is Duolingo. I was doing Spanish and Hebrew and I realized that I had no interest in doing Spanish, so then I stopped doing Duolingo because I had no interest in Spanish, even though like it was a little helpful. But like I really enjoy doing Hebrew because I know Hebrew. So it's just like kind of like rebuilding my skills.
Yeah.
So like that's one of my favorite apps right now. It's like I've been trying to like redo my Duolingo. I've been using Notion. I've been using my library books.
Yeah. I love that. The Kindle app, you can get the Kindle app on your
Mhm.
phone or your iPad. If you don't have a Kindle, but I don't, and you can download books from the library, like Kindle books from the library, and read them.
Yeah.
You don't have to buy books, you can just go on there. That's one of my favorite apps too. If there's like
Well,
one thing, not to like switch subjects, if there's one thing that I can influence the world on, because I feel like this is helpful for anyone, even if you are, go back to my health and wellness, even if you're not in a place where you're trying to lose weight, just like trying to have more time in your life, meal planning.
yes.
It has been, it's a game changer. It is literally a game changer. It doesn't take long. I used to be so overwhelmed and I was like, I don't understand. How am I supposed to plan all my meals? So you start with, I'll like go really quick because I know it's like people are like, whatever. You start with the protein that you want for your meal. This is what I do. I'll be like, okay, so Monday we're going to do chicken. Tuesday we're going to do salmon. Wednesday we're going to do ground beef. Like just pick the protein that you normally would buy that you like, put down on the days. And then you can build a meal around it. So maybe for ground beef, we're going to do burgers, or maybe we're going to do tacos. Like there's so many choices. But if you just pick the protein first, and then I just put like vegetables with it, or you could put pasta or potatoes or rice, or like if you want to do a carb with it, like just throw it in there. But I feel like if you just pick the protein, then you just, it's so much easier to pick your meal and just like keeping everything simple, like simple ingredients. It's so fun to go on Pinterest and stuff, but it can be very overwhelming because they have like 20 ingredients per recipe. And you're like, oh my gosh, like this is a lot. But all you do is put some salt, pepper, and garlic powder on your chicken and throw it in your air fryer, and boom, you have some chicken. Throw a sauce with it, maybe. Like,
There's an app you use, right?
I don't use an app. I use an app to track my food, but I don't use an app to meal plan. I on paper and pen, whatever, paper, pencil, paper, pen. I just write it down. It's just easy. I just take a notepad. I write down Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then once I know what we're gonna have for dinner, because I feel like breakfast is like very similar every day, and lunch, a lot of the times I have leftovers, or I just know what I'm gonna have. But dinners, I try to make them different for Glenn. I could have like the same dinner every night, but I try to make them different for Glenn. And so I will write them on our board in our fridge. But if I know in advance, like we're not guessing, we're not waiting until like 5:30 and then we're like, what are we having? And like we already know. And
Yeah.
I just feel like it is a time saving hack. It's a brain space saving hack. And if you are like trying to lose weight or whatever, be healthy, watch what you eat, whatever, change your diet. Um, it's such a game changer. If I'm going to influence you on something, go meal plan your week. It's so helpful. It's so helpful.
I feel that.
Yeah,
I
it
don't
makes
think we ever know what we're gonna eat. I think Matt knows because Matt's the cook.
yeah,
So
yeah. I like it, and I never used to cook, but I now that I know how easy it is and how simple it is can be, then
yeah.
love it.
Well, I think we shared so many favorites. What are favorites do you want to share?
Um, I think the last one that I was telling you about is putting time limits on my social
Oh
media app.
yeah. I do this
I
too.
We talked about this in the podcast in the book club. I think it was the book club the other day, but I know some people aren't going to listen to that. And so I think that everyone should have time limits on their social media apps. I love social media and I like going on there. I enjoy it. It brings me joy, it brings me inspiration. I find cool recipes. Like there's so much positivity that I get out of it. but there is so much time wasted. And I know a lot of us, like, whenever whenever I'm anxious, right, I would either grab a snack or I would go on social media. And it's just like that immediate dopamine hit that we're looking for. And it's very addictive. It really is. And so I used to have an hour on each Instagram and TikTok. Those are my two that I like could doom scroll on. So I put an hour and then I just recently moved it down to 30 minutes. And even if I hit uh whatever the prompt is, I'll
Uh-huh.
do the 15 minutes. I do the 15 minutes. And even if I do it again, I don't care if I hit that 15 minutes like 15 times that day. I just want it to continuously remind me that you really shouldn't be on here. Like you've already spent over 30 minutes on this app today, and you could be doing so many other things for your mental health and your physical health and you're hanging out with your family other than sitting here on the app.
I
So
I use it too. It's under screen time. And then I actually will have it like on my phone showing me how long I've been on the apps. And it actually connects to all my devices that are Apple, so I can like see it. But I do the same thing. And then like on Saturdays when we're like not going on apps, I have it for like a minute. Not like I'm allowed on it on Saturdays. So I do the same thing. Another thing that I would like add to that is I made different focus modes. So when I'm like in like the morning focus mode, the only apps I see are like Duolingo, Soothing Pod, and like Good Notes and Notion. Like I'm not even like, it's not in the screen to for me
yeah,
to go do it.
yeah. I haven't like dove dove into the focus modes yet. I see them, but I do have it set on do not disturb. I think it starts at 9 p.m. because that's
Mhm.
when I want to be off my phone. 9 p.m.
Another,
So
no, I love that. Like it's the same concept.
yeah.
Another thing I did is I created a shortcut where like at 8 o'clock in the night, like it'll pop up the little shortcut notification and then I click on it and open all the apps for like the nighttime.
That's
And then
cute.
when my alarm goes off, I'll do the same thing for the morning apps. Because the only apps I want to use are certain apps. Another thing that I did is I made backgrounds on Canva for each focus mode. So like my morning one is like my vision board and my night one is like affirmations.
You were so creative.
I just want to try to create the tools and the things that I need to stay focused because
Yeah,
we get so, I feel like we get so distracted by everything around us that like we're not focusing on the right things. Like,
yeah.
why sit there and yeah, I watched an episode of Will Trent this morning, which I'm obsessing with Will Trent, and then there's another one that I watch, but like, or like I'll sit here at 4 p.m. exactly. It'll be time for Scooby-Doo, and I'll sit here and watch Scooby-Doo. But why are we only have 365 days of the year. Why are we not using those 365 days to better ourselves, better people around us, and to learn?
Yeah. I agree. And like I said, I love social media. I think there's so much positivity. It's just there's a lot of like emotional roller coaster, and I've realized how much it affects me. And it's a lot of good stuff too. It'll be like, just had a new baby or like what a lot of positivity. And then there'd
Mhm.
be like something that'll be like, oh, this person's sick or whatever, whatever. And it's just like it's just a lot of up and down. And I don't know if it's just me because I feel like I'm an em what is it called? Em empath,
Mhm.
where you like I can
Oh,
easily take on other people's emotions. Like I can easily try to like my brain just tries to feel what they're feeling and take it on as my own. And it's I mean it's nice that I can do that, but also it's like energy sucking. And
yeah.
so when I'm on social media, I'm doing that. And so then I'm just like all over the place and I'm exhausted mentally because I've just been on this roller coaster. And I know for a lot of people, comparison, comparing yourself. And so you just have to like be careful and know yourself and what you can handle. And maybe you need a whole day where you just unplug, and see get your work your willpower muscle, and build it. Like it's not easy, but like work your willpower muscle and build it. even if you only do half a day, on Saturdays or whatever, and you're like, oh, that's what I got. At least it's half a day, and you could build up.
I feel like too, like after you're like on social media, your brain is like kind of like a commercial loop, and it's just like, you know how commercials are so short, so you just like have this commercial loop, and so like your focus to go read a book is not there anymore. Your
Yeah.
focus to do other things that are
Uh-huh.
like slower are not there anymore. So I feel like something that like I've been trying to break the habit of is like going on social media when I wake up. Like instead, that's why like even though like I have all these things and all these tools, like it doesn't always happen. And that's okay
Yeah.
too, right? But like trying to create that habit of like waking up and like doing those things.
Yeah. I typically do wake up and immediately it's dark. I light a candle because I can't see. I go to my table and I try to sit down. I took my journal out the night before, have it sitting there so that I can sit and journal because like you said, if I go on social media first, it's really hard for me to journal. So if you feel like it's really hard for you to read or journal or whatever, take Ashley's advice and see like, was I just on social media beforehand? Because it is very hard to switch your brain and get into something that's slower when you've just been like boom, 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 boom. You know, these 1 minute or less videos that you're just like,
Yeah.
true.
I think something too, like I was saying about so like I started doing Duolingo again. It's something I realized is like, okay, if I go on social media, but then I do Duolingo, it slows me down. It's still fast, but it slows me down to the pace that I need for the next activity. So like maybe find something that is still fast but
Yeah.
slow.
For me, like cleaning is very helpful because I'm moving around and I'm doing stuff, but like I'm just cleaning. I don't know. It's also kind of therapeutic because you're just like
Yeah.
cleaning, and your space is clean, and you're like, okay, now I'm ready to sit down. So I don't know. I
I
like
feel
it.
like we just went a whole squirrel brain thing and I love it. But I think we did amazing. I think we definitely shared a lot of our favorites. I don't know if I feel like everything's my favorite. Like I can talk about this a Walla water bottle for 30 minutes probably. Everything's my favorite. I love favorites.
There's things that you want us to talk about, like specific subjects or like favorite, I don't know, whatever. Let us know. We could do a more focused, less scroll brain.
Yeah. We also want
Yeah.
to know your favorites. Like, do you have any favorites? What's something that right now is your favorite or was your favorite? Like, let's hear about it. Put
Yeah.
it in
Or
the groups, put it in the comments.
habits or whatever too. Like if there's favorite apps you've been using, favorite habits, favorite things you've been doing off your phone that you love, favorite whatever. Yeah,
We
let
want
us
to
know.
hear all about it. We love hearing from you. We love your comments. We love chit-chatting with you. And we hope this cozy conversation hit home and you're like, wow, that's my favorite, or wow, I should try that.
Yeah,
And we will be back next Wednesday with another conversation. We'll be up to episode 21. I can't believe this is episode 20.
I'm
I'm
so
so
proud
proud
of
of
us.
us. This is our favorite. We love talking.
We love talking to each other. That's why we're still doing. That's why we're still here.
Well, we love you all. Take care. Have a beautiful day or night whenever you're listening to this, and let us know in the comments what you think. Look at that beautiful South Florida.
Love you guys.
Love you. Bye.
Thanks for spending time with us today and being part of our Hermit Haven community.
We hope you enjoyed our cozy chat and are inspired to embrace your inner hermit.
Remember, even in the quiet moments, you're never alone on this journey because we are truly all in this together.
So until next time, stay cozy, stay true to yourself, and keep spreading love wherever you go.
Bye for now.
We'll see you next time.